Welcome to Paris. Paris was founded in the 3rd century BC by the Celtic tribe of the Parisians and was called Lutetia. In 52 BC, the city was conquered by Julius Caesar and became part of the Roman Empire. The Eiffel Tower is not only a symbol of Paris and France, but also one of the most famous and recognizable architectural landmarks in the world. Construction of the Eiffel Tower began in 1887 and was completed in 1889 in time for the World Exhibition in Paris, timed to coincide with the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution, named in honor of its architect, Gustave Eiffel. The Eiffel Tower is a magnificent example of engineering and architectural skill. The tower stands 324 meters tall, making it the tallest structure in the world until the Temple of the Ascension was built in the United States in 1930. Its structure, consisting of iron beams and more than 18,000 fasteners, is a technical marvel of its time. In the heart of the French capital of Paris stands the majestic Arc de Triomphe, one of the most famous and beautiful architectural landmarks in the world. The construction of the Arc de Triomphe was initiated by Napoleon Bonaparte in 1806 to honor his great military victories. However, the arch was not completed until 1836, after Napoleon's death, and was dedicated to all French soldiers. The Arc de Triomphe is a monumental structure more than 50 meters high, decorated with reliefs and sculptures celebrating the greatness and glory of France. Its architectural style reflects the classical traditions and grandeur of ancient Roman arches. Every year on November 11th, Armistice Day, a solemn ceremony is held here to commemorate the fallen of the First World War. The Arc de Triomphe is one of the most visited sites in Paris. The Opera Garnier was opened in 1875 and was the successor to the old Paris Opera House, which was destroyed by fire in 1873. Its construction was entrusted to architect Charles Garnier, who created a majestic Baroque building with Renaissance elements. The building of the Opera Garnier impresses with its grandeur and luxury. The facade is adorned with marble statues, columns, and bas-reliefs, while the interior is a marvel of exquisite decoration, crystal chandeliers, and luxurious carpets. The Opera Garnier has become an integral part of the cultural life of Paris and France. Here, premieres of works by great composers, tours of famous artists, and ballet performances attract the attention and admiration of audiences from all over the world. The Opera Garnier epitomizes the luxury and splendor of opera. Sacré-Cœur, a majestic cathedral rising above the hills of Montmartre. Its beauty, grandeur, and history attract millions of visitors from all over the world. The construction of Sacré-Cœur began in the late 19th century in memory of the fallen in the Franco-Prussian War and was completed in 1914. The architectural design of the cathedral was created in the style of Neo-Gothic and Byzantine art, which gave it a special beauty and grandeur. Sacré-Cœur impresses with its scale and architectural skill. Its snow-white domes and towers tower over Paris, creating a stunning view and placing the cathedral among the most recognizable and beautiful structures in the world. The Sacré-Cœur is not only an architectural marvel, but also a place of spiritual worship and inspiration. Services and prayers are held here every day, and musical concerts and organ recitals fill the cathedral with spiritual energy and harmony. The Louvre is one of the oldest and most famous museums in the world. Its history dates back to the 12th century, when it was a fortress palace. In the 19th century, it was transformed into a museum and opened to the public. The Louvre collection includes more than 380,000 works of art, ranging from antiquity to the 19th century. Here you can see works by the greatest artists of all time, such as Leonardo da Vinci, Raphael, Michelangelo, and many others. Some of the most famous works displayed in the Louvre include Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, the Venus of Milosa, the Venus de Medici, and the Paradise Delight. The Louvre is not just a museum, it is a historical and cultural symbol of France. Its rich collection, majestic halls, and architectural grandeur make it one of the most significant and beautiful places in Paris and around the world. The museum is a must-see for every art lover. The Cathedral of Our Lady of Paris, or simply Notre Dame, is one of the most famous and beautiful cathedrals in the world. Its beauty, architectural grandeur, and historical significance make it an integral part of France's cultural heritage. The construction of Notre Dame began in the 12th century and lasted about 100 years. The completed majestic cathedral became the pinnacle of Gothic art and became a symbol of French spirituality and culture. Notre Dame impresses with its scale and architectural details. Its stone facades are decorated with sculptures and reliefs, and majestic towers and domes rise above the city, creating a unique image of Paris. In 2019, Notre Dame was severely damaged in a fire that caused global sadness and a renewed spirit of unity and support. Restoration work, which has begun rapidly, aims to restore this cultural treasure. The Pantheon was built in the 18th century as the Church of Saint Genevieve, in honor of the patron saint of Paris. However, after the French Revolution in 1789, it was transformed into a pantheon, a burial place for famous French personalities. The Pantheon is impressive in its scale and architectural style. Its facade is decorated with a portico with Corinthian columns, and the interior spaces are surprisingly luxurious and beautiful. The Pantheon is a symbol of the French Republic and democracy. Many prominent personalities of France, such as Voltaire, Rousseau, Voltaire, Zola, and many others, are buried here. Every year, thousands of tourists visit the Pantheon to see its beauty and historical significance. The cathedral remains one of the most significant landmarks in Paris and an important cultural heritage site in France. The Maison des Invalides is a historic structure in Paris, which was built in the 17th century by order of Louis XIV for disabled military men. Construction of the House of Invalides began in 1670 and was completed in 1676. It was designed as a shelter for the wounded and disabled who served in the French army. Subsequently, several prominent military figures, including Napoleon Bonaparte, were also buried here. The main building is rectangular in shape and is decorated with columns and pediment. Its history and significance continue to remind us of the importance of caring for and recognizing the military. Today, the Maison des Invalides continues to operate as a museum, a venue for cultural events, and a monument to French history.